Welcome to Mariners Fan Central.
Hey there, Mariners Nation. This is your host bringing you that urgent and exclusive update we've all been waiting for. We are at the end of November 2025. The hot stove is blazing, and behind-the-scenes movements indicate that the Seattle Mariners might be at the center of one of the most complex and fascinating negotiations of this offseason. My sources and market analyses lead me directly to a recent report originally raised by Anthony Castrovince of MLB.com and echoed by Billy Hyan on this November 28th. We are talking about a three-team blockbuster that, if finalized, would change the dynamic of the National League and, crucially, alter the immediate and long-term future of our franchise. The proposal involves the New York Mets, the St. Louis Cardinals, and, of course, our Seattle Mariners. Let's get straight to the facts in the style you know. The proposed deal structure is as follows. The New York Mets, aggressively seeking to fill third base and add unique pitching depth, would receive veteran Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals and our pitching prospect, the ambidextrous pitcher Durangelo Sainche. In return, the Cardinals, focused on a financial reset and roster rejuvenation, would receive our developing slugger, Lazaro Montes, in addition to the promising Mets pitcher, Camden Lohman. And where do we fit into this equation? The Seattle Mariners would receive Brendan Donovan, the St. Louis Cardinals' elite utility player. Now, I need you all to pay close attention to what we are putting on the table here. Durangelo Sainche is not just any prospect. He is a singular asset in global baseball, an ambidextrous pitcher who brings a tactical versatility few teams possess. But the piece that really makes fans hold their breath is Lazaro Montes. Montes has been projected as the future power bat in the middle of our lineup, the type of player who can change the scoreboard with a single swing. Giving up Montes is giving up potential perennial all-star production. From the other team's perspective, the logic is clear. The Mets would assume the approximately $37 million remaining on Arenado's contract through 2027. Castrovince points out, and I agree with the technical analysis, that despite a recent offensive dip, Arenado's glove is still elite at the hot corner, something the Mets prioritize to prevent runs. To sweeten the pill of taking on that massive salary, they would take Sainche. The Cardinals, in turn, would shed Arenado's financial burden and add Montes, a raw offensive talent they covet to rebuild their power base. But for us, in Seattle, the news brings a mixture of intrigue and extreme caution. We are talking about trading two of our most fascinating minor league system assets for an established major league player who does not carry superstar status. Brendan Donovan is a solid player, don't get me wrong. He controls the strike zone, has defensive versatility, and fits the profile that Jerry Dipoto historically loves. However, the question that hangs in the air and that we will dissect next is the opportunity cost too high? Are we sacrificing the bright future of Montes and the exclusivity of Sainche for a piece that, while useful, may not be the decisive factor for a World Series? Continuing our deep dive true to the Blue Nation, we need to look at this move with the coldness of a general manager, but with the passion of someone who wants to see this team win in October. In evaluating the arrival of Brendan Donovan, we see an immediate tactical adjustment. Donovan is known for his plate discipline, a characteristic the Mariners have sought incessantly to reduce the strikeout rate that plagued us so much in past seasons. He is a player who puts the ball in play, has a consistently above-average OBP on-base percentage, and can play multiple positions in the infield and outfield. In a vacuum, he is a quality starter who raises our team's floor. However, my analysis, based on market trends and the projected value of the prospects, points to a dangerous imbalance in this specific proposal. Lazaro Montes is not just another prospect. He has tools that scouts compare to great power hitters in the league. Trading that offensive ceiling, along with the uniqueness of Chinche for a player like Donovan, without disrespecting him, seems like a move where Seattle would be subsidizing the needs of the Mets and the Cardinals without receiving a proportional return of immediate impact or long-term control equivalent to what it gives up. Billy Hine, in reporting the proposal, categorized the deal as strange for Seattle, and I wholeheartedly agree. Donovan, however competent he may be, hardly compensates by himself for the enormous potential of Montes and the intriguing future of Chinche. If the Mariners were receiving Arenado with salary retained or a top-end rotation piece, the conversation would be different. But to hand over the future of our middle order so the Mets can have their third baseman and the Cardinals can clear their payroll, that sounds like we are paying for everyone else's dinner. The Mariners' front office strategy has historically been based on pitching development and the acquisition of zone control hitters. This trade aligns with the acquisition of the profile, but fails severely in asset management. The current market immensely values real power prospects like Montes. If he is to be moved, it needs to be for a consolidated star, an X factor that immediately makes us favorites in the American League West Division, and not just for a solid complementary piece. Therefore, my insider reading is as follows. While there is smoke about Arenado leaving St. Louis and the Mets' aggression, the Mariners' involvement on these specific terms would be a miscalculation. It is a lateral move that sacrifices tomorrow for a marginal improvement. Today, we need impact. We need certainty, and frankly, Lazaro Montes represents a chance at greatness that Brendan Donovan, with all due respect, does not offer. Bottom line, this triple trade proposal puts the Mariners in the position of talent donors to solve the financial and roster problems of National League rivals. Receiving Brendan Donovan is positive, but the cost of losing Lazaro Montes and Jurangela Chinche is a price that, in my view, the front office should not pay. Now, I want to hear from you, M's fans. Would you trade the massive power potential of Lazaro Montes and the ambidextrous arm of Chinche for the stability and discipline of Brendan Donovan? Or do you think Jerry Dipoto should hang up the phone on this proposal? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to create a serious debate about the future of our franchise. If you want to continue receiving detailed, unfiltered analysis with inside information on every step the Seattle Mariners take this offseason, subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Here, we play the game together. Until next time, and go Mariners.